Hello and welcome to Kedrick Farms. Today we're going to be taking a look at some mods that are going to be coming out soon. Not one, not two, but three different mods that are coming out / have updates in the very near future. These are collaborations between Karl Farms and Permas modding. And so let's take a look at our first mod here. The Case 500 Precision Disc is the name of the mod. This was a mod that originally existed in FS19. I believe it was KMN Modding that put out the original version of this disc, and then Karl Farms did some updates to it, and now Permas Modding and Karl Farms are working on bringing this back to FS22. As you can see, we've got a lot of different variations here. We've got a 60-foot version of this drill, and then we've got a 40-foot version of this drill. And as you can see, we have options to have the air cart here in front of the drill, as well as have the seed tank attached directly to it. I'm not actually sure if this is a realistic configuration, like if this is available in the real world, but it sure is handy when you don't want to pull the whole air cart down the run here and have a real long train type setup. The air cart does have options for both tracks and a few different wheel options, and then we also have the ability to go in between or pull behind. So those are welcome options. If we hop into the store here real quick, you can see that on the 40-footer, we do have just a few options here. We've got it with the seed tanks, with the fert tanks, with just a fert tank and no seed tank. So if you do want to run liquid fertilizer and your seed wagon, you can do that, or you can run it with no tanks whatsoever. We do have this handy fill monitor that you can put out on the tongue as well. In fact, if we jump back out here, I think I've got that set up right here on this particular tractor. Now, depending on your tractor, you can just see it down there in between the hitch and the sign. It's a little bit difficult to see sometimes, but it is there and depends on the tractor you're driving. It's a lot easier to see if I was driving maybe a Magnum or something a little bit smaller here. If we jump into the 60-footer, we've got pretty much the same options here. So nothing terribly different other than a few more options on those liquid fertilizer tanks. And then if we go in and take a quick look at the air cart, this has got a few options as well. Like I said, we've got the pull between versus the pull behind. And then you've got these standard style tires, I guess they're called, but I like the more ag style tires here myself. And then obviously we've got the crawler track. So lots of options here available on this. And then as long as we've got this set up here, we're going to jump in and just take this on out to the field. Actually, I didn't have seed in this one. I think I set one of these up with seed. Let's grab this one down here. You know me, I like my tracks. We're going to take this thing out, and we got a field here that I combined some of the crops off of so that we'd have somewhere that we could do a little bit of drilling here. Now, this tractor that we've got hooked up to this is the Karl Farms narrow frame quad track, or row track, I guess this would be. And this is a really awesome mod. He released this on his Facebook page not long ago, and I just haven't had a chance to run this in any scenarios yet. However, today felt like a great time to test this out, especially since Karl Farms is not only working on the drill, but he's also got some updates coming to this narrow frame. And I believe the intent is to get this thing pushed up onto the in-game mod hub at some point. Now, I don't have confirmation, but I know Karl Farms likes to try and get things out for console users, and so hopefully we're going to see this come into console at some point. I do not have any timelines on anything, though. These things do take a lot of time. In fact, I think the current backlog with the Giants testing team is somewhere around 4 or 5 weeks right now, so you could have a full month to wait just to get it through testing, and then if something's found, well, that's going to take some time to fix and go back and forth with Giants. So we will have to be patient, but I'm almost positive that this thing is going to be coming to Mod Hub here soon, and we'll get into just why in just a moment. So as you can see, this thing does a really good job of drilling. It's a nice wide implement for those that are looking for something a little bit bigger and in that red color variety. I'm loving this road track too, so we're gonna have a lot of fun with that here. We're gonna just crash this thing back over to the side of the field to get it out of our way. And so our first mod review of the video here done. And I'm really looking forward to this seeder coming out. This will be a PC only release, I believe, for the drill. I don't think that there's any plans to get this coming onto Mod Hub or anything like that at this point in time, just because it's got a lot of detail here. So loving it though. It's got some good sounds. It looks good, and it works really well with these narrow frames that Karl Farms put out. So I've already spoiled the update a little bit. The second mod that I wanted to talk about is this road track or narrow frame set of tractors here. Both the Steiger, which would be the wheeled variant, and the tracked variant, which is the road track. Karl Farms has this coming out on the in-game mod hub at some point here in the future, and along with the other updates that he's doing to the tractor, he's been working with Permas modding to bring the I believe in FS19 this was called fill level dashboard. It's now called real dashboard, and we've got this PDA here on the monitor that's going to be able to show me what kind of weight I've got in my grain cart. Now, I am using the custom modding Demco 22 series grain carts here, which also has a scale on the cart itself. However, I really like the in-cab one if you're trying to get into that more realistic driving in cab. And so we're going to head on out here and we're going to get some grain in this thing and see how this works. It has some really cool functionality on it here. So as you can see, the scales on the Demco are going to show you how many liters are in the wagon here, because we don't have unit convert in FS22, at least not yet, except we kind of do. So this in-cab monitor here is able to show me my capacity in bushels and also the pounds here. And so you can see right now we're matching up with the liters in the Demco cart here. We've got 12,000, 13,000 liters, the same here on the Demco monitor. However, if I bring up my F1 menu here, you can see the real dashboard stuff here to show me at the bottom of the help menu that we're currently set up with liters, kilograms, and kilograms per liter. So if we take a quick look at the menu here, I'll show you we have some new keyboard bindings for real dashboard. So if I hold down the right Alt key and use keypads 1, 2, 3, and 4, I can change some of those values. So we're going to go ahead and do that and show this off. And so I'm going to try and put the screen here in the grass where you can kind of see these values on the right hand or on the left hand side and see the monitor at the same time. And so if I go through and look at the options here, our first option is that Rdb mode is the selected. That means which implement or vehicle you have selected. So you are going to be able to have that monitor show the capacities for different vehicles. So you have selected, you have route, which would be the vehicle you're in, and then you have total, which if you had, let's say, 3 grain carts lined up behind you, you could see how much is in all 3 of those gravity wagons or what have you. So we're going to leave it on selected, and then we're going to change our volume from liters to bushels. And so now you can see we've got 426 bushels in our grain cart here. Our options are everything from bushels US, bushels UK, gallons, liters, cubic meters. And so we're going to leave that on bushels US here. And then I'm also going to be able to change my mass from kilograms to pounds, tons short, tons long, ton with an E for all you people over in the EU there, kilograms, back to pounds. And then last but not least, I can go through my density settings here from kilograms a liter, kilograms per cubic meter, pounds per bushel, pounds per cubic foot, pounds per gallon, and back around. And so in this situation, we're going to do pounds per bushel. And you can see in the monitor over on the right hand side, I've got 426 bushels as my top number. I've got, you know, just shy of 20,000 pounds. And then it's 46.6 pounds per bushel that we're looking at here. So I'm loving that we've got the dashboard. I'm loving that I have something in my setup here now that I can once again look at things in bushels. Everything makes sense in my brain here. And yeah, it's just a smidge better than the ones that we've got on the trailer like this. You know, props to Custom Modding. I love all of their mods here. We've got their grain cart, we've got their combine going here, but being able to see bushels once again is making my day here. So a huge shout out to Permas Modding, as well as Karl Farms, who have sent over these 3 mods for me to kind of play around with and check out early. I do have to admit, I've had these mods in my mod folder for almost a month now, but with being away, I just haven't had a chance to put this video out. So hopefully, now that this is coming out, we're going to see these mods in the not too distant future. I know that Permas said he has submitted the Real Dashboard mod to the in-game mod hub, and I will be coming out with a tutorial video on how to actually set this monitor up in any tractor in Farm Sim in the not too distant future. He's made it a lot easier with some of the things that are possible in Farm Sim 22 now to be able to add this monitor here into your vehicle. So I know I did a video on this in FS19. A lot of people really like putting this in their tractors. Now it's going to be even easier. And so look for that video in the not too distant future. And hopefully one of these mods has got you excited, and you'll be seeing these coming soon. The only one that's going to be coming for console will likely be the narrow frame Steiger / row track tractors. And again, that's me making some assumptions. I didn't get a chance to confirm with Karl Farms. I just believe that that was his intent, is to try and get these on the mod hub for console users. These are available in a certain iteration already on his Facebook page. So if you're looking for the narrow frames and you're on PC, you can already get these on his Facebook page. And then the Case Precision 500 disc is the drill that we tested out here. That should be coming at some point here for PC, I believe, only. And I think that Permas, when I talked to him, said he was probably about a week or so out from the time this video airs to getting that done and wrapped up here. And then the Real Dashboard stuff, that's going to be coming on the mod hub, but that will also be PC only. That's all for today. Keterk out. Cubed metric meters.